Alright, welcome back. To Madden week 4, well, post week 4, before week 5, power rankings. Alright, this more than likely will be the last time I record, well, not power rankings, but explain what power rankings is. So in a power ranking, I start from worst to first, so what team I think is the worst, or what team I think is the best. Isn't necessarily how a power rankings go. I'll describe a bit about them, and yeah. I'll also say, if compared to last week, where I had them, if they moved up or down, or they stayed the same. So starting off at 32, have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who went down a spot. Jaguars almost beat the Bengals, but at the same time, I really felt like that was a trap game. I didn't want to say it was, but it almost was. So yeah. All in all, you're one of two winless teams, and yeah, I just think this other winless team will beat you. At 31, going down 2 spots, I have the Detroit Lions, the other winless team. Surprisingly enough, I actually predicted them to win the game. They ended up losing. I felt like they had a pretty good chance against Jacksonville. Jacksonville seemed to turn it around though, so not really, but hey. His second career start, what do you expect? At 30, going down 4 spots, I have the Texans. I was high on this team when they had Tyrod Taylor after that week 1 performance, but him going down with injury, and then proceeding to have Davis Mills. I mean, 40 to, that's not good. 40 to nothing. Pretty bad loss, honestly. So that's the reason I have him at 30. At 29, going up 3 spots, I have the New York Jets. Jets with a clutch OT win against the Titans. I personally feel like it was mainly because the Titans apparently were missing their top 2 guys. I didn't get to watch much of this game besides the last minute and OT. Yeah, but if this is true, that if they were missing AJ Brown and Julio Jones, Texans really didn't do much for the win here. 28, going up 2 spots. Giants. Giants beat the Saints. I predicted this was an upset. Once again, another OT game, Beautiful win. Yeah. I predicted the upset, and I was right. At 27, going up a spot, I have the Falcons. Falcons are probably up here because this game. Oh, really? Alright, Falcons. Falcons had a heartbreaking loss to the football team. They were winning that whole game, basically, and lost it right towards the end. I'm high on Washington. They're not really playing like I should be high on them, but hey, still high on them. For the Falcons to nearly go out there and be one of the teams I believe could potentially make a playoff run. Yeah. At 26, going down a spot, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles kept it close for the most part until the end against the Chiefs. Chiefs being one of the best teams in the league, even though they're at 500. Did well keep it close. I was high on you after week 1, but now that you've kind of gone on that 3-game losing streak and you're tied for last in your division, yeah. At 25, going down 2 spots, I have the Dolphins. Dolphins, had a surprising week 1 performance, but after that, they haven't really done much. I did predict them to lose to the Colts. They did. No, I just can't be behind the Dolphins. You're down your starting quarterback. And you're playing against arguably the best team in the league. I personally don't think so. And a guy whose name is Bill Belichick. And you're tied with the Jets for last. I just can't be rooting for you. Oh, wait, what? I think I read this wrong. So at 24, I have the Dolphins. At 23, I have the Colts. I have this marked wrong on my handy dandy notebook here. I'm gonna quickly edit that. So yeah, just clarify. At 24, I have the Dolphins. At 23, I have the Colts. Colts, Wait, no. Whoops. I was reading off of the wrong one. No wonder why I was sounding stupid. Alright, ignore me there. I want to see who the Dolphins play because I forgot. Now I was reading off the wrong one. At 24, I have the Steelers. So Dolphins are 25. We're now at 24, which is I have the Steelers. Steelers. Even though the score looked close, it wasn't very close against the Packers. Packers really dominated. Arguably, this game would have been closer if not a Steelers win. With that BS offsides call. Even as a Packers fan, that was clearly not offsides. That was just a great, reaction. Steelers, you went down 3 spots, You're playing in arguably the toughest division with 3-1 teams. I mean, you can't be falling behind 2 games. And with the Bengals already having the current head-to-head advantage over you if you guys finish with the same record. Yeah. At 23, going up 4 spots, I have the Bears. Bears beat the Lions. I mean, it is the Lions though, so it's not very, accomplishing, but a win's a win. You bounce back against that horrible Browns game. You're still second in division. Let's hope you can, do something with it. At 22, I have the Washington football team, and they stayed the same. They did not go up or down. Washington football team, just like, win against the Falcons. It is the Falcons though, but at the same time, they did come back and win. They were shown basically that whole game, I believe. So great job for Washington. You are playing against one of the worst divisions, but at the same time, the Cowboys have been impressing, to say the least. At number 21, going up 3 spots. Colts. Colts played one heck of a game, All they needed to do, get that first win. That puts them tied for second in division, even though they technically are, far behind because Texans, have won a division game and the Colts haven't, but yeah, Colts actually lost one. Colts at 21, great job, finally getting your first win. You move up 3 spots because of it. I really want you to be a good team, but nothing against Carson Wentz, but he's injury prone, so at 20, going down a spot, I have the Vikings. The Vikings, there they are. Very close loss to the Browns, It was 14-7. It was a very close game the whole time. Yeah, that's all it really needs to be said. He played one heck of a game against one of the best teams in the league, in my opinion. you know, with the losses you've had, I can't. 19, Notre down here. Going down a spot, I have the Patriots. The Patriots, great game against the Buccaneers. I actually had them winning that game. Turns out, Bill Belichick isn't the best coach in the league if he's gonna fucking say 56-yard field goal in the rain with his kicker apparently being injured. Like, that is not a smart move, but at the same time, I could understand it because, Buccaneers have been known to have one of the better defenses in the league. So, yeah. I could understand why you don't want to, go for it. At 18, going down 2 spots, I have the 49ers. 49ers put up one heck of a game against the Seahawks. Just couldn't quite pull it together. Division rivalry, I can understand all of this. But, I mean, hey, you're still in this. There's no reason to think you are not in it still. At 17, going down 6 spots, I have the Saints. Saints lost to the Giants. That is the only reason I have them going down that much, is because they lost to the Giants out of all teams. How do you lose to the Giants? At home. First time back in the Superdome. The fans should have been livid. They should have been screaming at the top of their lungs supporting you guys. And you couldn't come away with it. Like, how? Man. Don't worry, though. I still think you have a chance to compete for the playoffs. It's only week 4. So, end of week 4. So, it's way too early to cut anyone out unless you're the Jaguars. And if the Jaguars make the playoffs after that, comment. You guys can clip it. I don't really care. At 16, going up 4 spots, I have the Seahawks. Seahawks beat the Niners. Division rivalry. They came away on top. Essentially, how that game was is, in my eyes, winning the division game is the best thing you can do. Like, that doesn't just help you out for seeding for the division, but for the playoffs. So yeah, you were that close to, being the Titans a few weeks ago. You'd probably be, second division, probably. I don't know. But yeah, just couldn't win. So you're going to have to settle where you are. 16, my power rankings. 15, going down 5 spots. Losing to the Jets, I have the Titans. Titans lost to the Jets. But because they were missing their key guys, it's still a loss is a loss no matter who was playing. You have to come away with these wins. That was arguably the easiest game you guys had, and you couldn't come away with it. 15. 14, going down 9 spots. I have the Raiders. The Raiders, this is nothing against the Raiders moving down so far. It's just because you gotta win these games. You could have been one of 2 undefeated teams, with the Cardinals being the only other one. You can see them out there. Should have won, The only reason I have you so low is because every team ahead of you, I think, is either as good or better. I still think you're one of the best teams in the league, but yeah. You're also a good team in the Chargers. But yeah, I'm gonna have you there. At 13, going up 4 spots, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow. They're in the top half of the league, and they have a winning record, and they're leading the North currently, and they're the number 2 seed in the playoffs according to the NFL. Who knows if that changes after saying all this? I could have just karmed it. Yeah, great win against the Jaguars. You came back out of nowhere. You know, you gotta play 4 quarters though. You played 2. Same with the Jaguars. I mean, great job with the win and all, but if you can just manage to take that freaking 2-quarter energy and turn it into 4-quarter energy, you're gonna be one of the best teams in the league. At 12, I have them going down 3 spots. Is the Broncos. Broncos lost to a Ravens team who I'm high on by a lot. And I was saying this, Broncos are going to be the Broncos. I think Teddy Bridgewater got hurt. I don't know how long he's going to be out. I don't even know if he's going to be out past this game. But still, I was trying to say this about the Broncos. I cannot be hype on them when they've beaten the Jets, Giants, and Jaguars, who all 3 at the time, were winless. And heck, 2 of those 3 teams only just won this week, and the other team is still winless. I can't be high on you. And also, the best rated one on my power rankings is 28. I can't be high on you when you're beating these rubbish teams, and then when you get blown out by a team, you got blown out by the Ravens. Taste your own medicine. You gotta start beating these either bad teams by a lot, or these just beating the good teams. At 11, I have the Chiefs, who won up 3 spots. The final, 2-2 team I have here. That's your name. Pretty good win against the Eagles. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. I mean, you never want to count them out. That's just like fact. Like, they went to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row and the AFC Championship 3 in a row for a reason. They lost to the Raiders. No, they didn't. They lost to the Ravens. And they lost to the Chargers. Both teams winning records. Just because they have 2 losses doesn't mean they aren't a good team. At 10, I have the Panthers. Panthers, even though the score was close, it wasn't a close game against what team? The Cowboys. Cowboys basically dominated that whole game. Great job on the Cowboys proving themselves. Panthers, I still think you're a great team, but just not as good as I thought. You can still shock the world, though. I mean, you got all the pieces to do it. You got the record to prove it. Currently. Yeah. At 9, going up 4 spots, I have the Chargers. Chargers beating the... There they are. The Raiders. Pretty easily. I mean, they basically controlled the first half, and then the second half, they didn't really have to do much. Yeah. Chargers, I mean, they're proven to be that guy, that team. I felt like it was a year early for me to be saying this. I felt like they were going to be contenders next year for sure, but I wouldn't mind seeing the Chargers compete. I mean, the Chargers, either way, they're doing amazing. At 8, I had the Browns, who stay the same. The Browns, there you are. Barely beat the Vikings. I do think the Vikings can be a good team. I think they're underrated. Well, at least for what their record says. But yeah, I mean, that's a game I expect you to at least blow up. I expected it to be at least more high scoring. But I expected you to blow them out, really. But hey, doesn't matter though. A win's a win. At 7, I have the Cowboys going up 8 spots. Cowboys, pretty dominant win against the Panthers, even though the score didn't say that. Yeah, they're proven to be that team currently. Sorry about that. Losing my voice. as I always do doing these videos. But yeah, they had a pretty good win. I'm starting to get on that hype train. Cowboys fans can finally say, in my opinion, this is our year, or we're America's team, and not get hated for it. So excited, the Packers. Pretty dominant win against the Steelers, even though I don't think it was that dominant. I feel like, you had a lot of bad calls going either way. I mean, there was just a bad bunch of calls, but at the same time, it's the NFL, and they have the shitty refs like always, so what do you expect? I'm personally glad they won. I mean, assuming they're my favorite team. I shouldn't say assuming, they are. Great win. You had a bad week 1, but after that, you've kind of kicked into that next step. F5, going down 2 spots. I have the Buccaneers. You wouldn't expect this game to be close against the Patriots, considering they have a losing record. And, I mean, it was the return, had Adele playing, Either way, a win's a win. I expected it to be a bit more dominant, but it wasn't, so yeah. At number 4, going up 3 spots, I have the Ravens. Nope, they're not up, they're down. Alright. Ravens, great game against the Broncos. Finally, beat that Broncos team. Surprisingly, it wasn't surprising at all. But yeah, you beat the Chiefs and the Broncos so far. So, real deal? I think so. At number 3, I have the Rams. Going down 2 spots, Rams lost pretty badly to the Cardinals. At the same time, it was a divisional game. I previously had them at the best team in the league. And I had the Cardinals at the second best, saying whatever team won this game, I would put at number 1. Rams, it didn't win. And I also spoiled, who was number 1. But, yeah, it doesn't matter. Rams, I expected you to come away with the win, but you didn't. But that's fine, because it's still early. It's just one loss. You're still proven to be like the most all-around roster in the league. At number 2, going up 2 spots, I have the Bills. Bills blowout win against the Texans, so that's all that needs to be said. They're playing great. They're leaving off from how they did last year. And that's what you want from a team. A team that did so well last year, you expect to do so well the next year, especially when they only got better. And at number 1, the only undefeated team left in the league, the Cardinals. I almost said Buccaneers for some reason, because, Tom Brady's on that team, so they're gotta be good. Fuck you, Tom Brady, no one likes you. Cardinals. Great win. Destroyed the Rams, wasn't expecting it. They did it on the road, too. They really want to assert it. They're that team. They're that team. Unrelated to it, but now I'm pretty sure Kyler Murray is leading the, I don't know, like, if you wanted to bet on what player would win MVP, Kyler Murray's the safest bet, I believe. So, that's always good. But, yeah, that's my power rankings, What don't you think, how I rated people, if you agree or disagree. Let me know if you disagree, what you would change, or around just, how I did. But I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I did. My voice doesn't. But I'll see you next time.